Guys, I'm doing my big solo show for the year on the 19th of August in the glorious walled garden in the city of Bangor by the Sea. It's going to be my only real big solo show this year. So if you want to come to that, there's not many tickets left. I'd love it to be sold out. So come on, get your tickets to the show. Come and have a great time. Go for a few pints in Bangor before. Make a night of it. There's trains available too. So whenever you're done, the train station's just down the road. You can go, you can pint, you can head off where you came into the night. Let's go. Let's have a fun time for my new show, ROLEPLAY, on Saturday the 19th of August in the walled garden in Bangor. It's not one to be missed. Guys, if you're a fan of the podcast and you want a wee bit extra in your podcast week, you want more Davey, you want more Sly Guy, you just want to have a better time in your life, you can get that. You can do that. You can head to patreon.com/Sly Guy Podcast, where you get the bonus extra Sly Guy Podcast, which is my solo podcast, effectively what the Sly Guy Podcast was every single Monday. Then you get early access to the tickets. So like the Wall Garden show, you would have got access to that a day early, and hundreds of tickets went, well over 100 tickets went on the day released due to the Patreons. Then on top of that, you get a guest episode or a vlog on the Friday. You get live podcasts such as the one I did in Strand with Psychic Glenn and Butler, all over at patreon.com/Sly Guy Podcast for as little as £2 a month. One of the cheapest Patreons going, and one of the most frequently posted on Patreon. So get over there, subscribe, support the podcast, support me, and make your life better. The Sly Guy Podcast is always brought to you in association with Modest Beer. Modest Beer have been our down from day ones. Modest Beer has sponsored every single episode of the Sly Guy Podcast. And just like Modest Beer, we started right here in Hollywood, County Down. Now, we've remained in Hollywood and just kind of moved studios, whereas Modest have got too big for Hollywood. They've had to head over to Randallstown to mass produce this glorious beer. And you're looking at going, they don't look like all the same beers, Davey. No, they're all different beers. And what beers are they? You can find out by going to the website www.modestbeer.co.uk. You can find all the Modest beers you would ever want, all the Modest merch. You can subscribe to their brews letter, which is a great pun on newsletter, but it's updating you, of course, on Modest Beer brews. So you can go there, subscribe to that, and if you don't want to go on the website and you're just like some sort of weird technophobe or whatever, and you don't want to go old school and type into the bar and surf the online web or whatever, you can just follow them on social media at Modest Beer.
I'm the Sly Guy.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Sly Guy Podcast. And what a fun episode it was. You've got two of the slyest guys kicking about, just having a fun time. Me and my guest, William Thompson, Willie T, whatever you want to call him. His name's William Thompson. I believe that's his actual birth name. I could be wrong, because he is a man with a lot of identities. But we had a lot of fun on the podcast this week. We talked just a lot of silly stuff. We're speaking about never mind the mock blame that we did on Saturday there. We were chatting a wee bit about another show that I'm not allowed to name, and nearly very much said it on the mic, but I can't announce that yet because it's not going to be out until August. But we chatted about that and other things, and it was just a fun episode. Always is when Willie's on. So hope you guys enjoy the episode, whatever you're doing, wherever you're listening, whatever mood you're in. If you're in a bad mood, I hope that this podcast brightens your day. And if you're in a great mood, I hope you stay that way. Don't be coming at me and be like, oh my God, I was in such a great form now listening to your podcast. And shut up. I don't care. Just listen. Enjoy yourself. Willie's not well, all right? Support him. Enjoy the episode. Oh man, let's do the podcast, Willie.
Yeah, baby. Yes, baby.
Oh, straight in with the Westwood off the top.
Yes.
Is he still on the rip, or is he in trouble?
On the right. I thought he was in jail. Is he not in jail?
I don't know if he's in jail. I think he's definitely got like allegations.
What was it like? He would drive them out and it's like, you want to be on the radio, baby?
Like, no, he did the weird ones where like he was in the car with people and he just whipped his dick out.
He would drive them to like a discreet location, like a faraway location, be like, you want to be on the radio? I mean, you gotta handle Westwood, baby.
Oh, but
do you ever think he called it Westwood?
He definitely called it Westwood. Yeah. And he's like, drop the bomb onto this. Oh. But
perfect.
He's a weird. He's definitely a weird guy. But I mean, you expected that from him, would you not? That's kind of on brand.
Yeah, he had always annoyed me because I was always a big hip hop fan. But also like, stop pretending you're not white.
He isn't.
I know.
He's not white.
He is.
Well, he's not, mate.
What are you talking about?
He's mixed race, bro.
Cunt is the whitest guy ever.
Let's have a look. I think there's a wee bit of something in him, you know? A wee bit of...
A wee want in him?
It could be. There's definitely a wee want in him. Tim Westwood. I mean, He definitely is too thin, isn't he? That's a problem to wear the clothes he wears.
Because all the fluids are getting sucked out of his body.
I mean, to be fair, he looks like he's more than the fluid sucked out of his body there. He looks like he's been dead and drained.
Looks like Nosferatu.
I tell you what, though, Westwood looks better with a wee bit of a beard. Because that, well, sorry, but that's not dope, baby. But like, yeah, he look. You know what he looks like? A Jump Street guy trying to like infiltrate.
Yes, that's
like,
always been the vibe.
Yeah, he just looks like, you know, he's in with like Most Def in the crew, and they're like, who's the snitch here? Not me, baby. Well, definitely.
Yeah. I'm here with the Wu-Tang Clan.
But see, to be there, that's peak. He looks good there for himself.
He does. What is he, like 63?
Is he as old as that? Imagine he's probably my age, 36.
That may as well be 63 to me.
Yeah, like it'll come.
I tell you, Limelight
mate.
Mickey thought I was like 32.
And Westwood 65.
What?
Fair fucks to him, actually.
He's looking well.
Any wonder he's got his lanyard sucked flat out. Go ahead. Fuck's
I'm in 65 and you have the effort to drive out that far.
I know that is, but you know what? This is him age 65. He looks better than like my fucking dad.
He's looking good, like.
Tell you know what? I've changed my mind. The Westwood, everything he's done, I forgive him.
Just because he looks well.
Yeah, because you look well, Westwood. You know, maybe getting into self-care, baby. It's like, oh, wow. Drop the moisturizer on this face. But maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's sucking the life out of young people, or they're sucking the life into him. I don't know how that works.
It's just transfer of energy.
65 years old. Like, Savile was kicking around that age and he didn't look sweet ever.
Savile had the Larry David effect where he looked 85 from when he was 22.
Yeah, but I mean...
Which is that a bad way to... You look really old when you're young, but then when you're old, you look fine.
Yeah, that's
like you watch Curb, it's really depressing to watch it from the start to now because everyone looks really old apart from Larry David, who looks exactly the same.
Exactly the same. But has he always looked like that, even from when he's writing Seinfeld and stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
But you know what, right? Here, as a man who has had a decision to make about his hair, this guy,
yes,
I've got rid of it. Bald guy now. It's all good. Larry David's keeping the Hulk Hogan bits, and there's no, like, it's just what it is.
Could you grow them out?
Yeah, but I'm not ready for it yet because I still haven't enough going on here. I'll have the bick here.
You'd look a bit like Paul Simon if you did it.
Paul Simon?
Yeah.
I would look like if Paul Simon ate Earthquake from the WWF. Like, I don't think it would be a good look, but I have joked for years that I was going to do the Hogan hair. Like, and I think what I would love if I got some role in something, or like, we need you to be, you know, like you need to look a bit older, grow the sides.
If you get cast as Hulk Hogan.
Oh, that'd be great. Unfortunately, Hemsworth's been cast as Hogan, so
bastard.
No, there's no.
Did you ever see the Young Rock TV show?
Yeah, I've heard it just got cancelled though.
It's fucking awful.
Is it bad?
Have you seen what the people look like?
No. Who did it? I saw Rock, obviously, and I thought he looks all right.
He looks all right.
There were some that I was like, no, who was giving off about it? Was it Farouk or was it the Godfather? He was like, you've done me dirty there.
They've
Rock.
done a lot of people dirty.
And Stone Cold looks shit too, doesn't he?
Everyone looks shit. Stone Cold looks like he weighs about 9 stone.
Yeah.
Here's a photo of the cast.
Oh no.
Let me see. We'll take you around, see if you...
Oh, this would be a good game. Who is this?
Yeah, who's that meant to be? On the right.
On the right?
Yeah.
Chris Jericho.
No.
Let me see. The gear would indicate it's supposed to be Triple H.
It is meant to be Triple H.
That's not good. And that's Farouk though.
That's Farouk.
Now, if you just did that, I would know it's Farouk for the outfit,
yes.
But the face looks nothing like Farouk.
That's Stone Cold.
That looks like Alex Jones.
Right, who's that in the middle there?
That in the middle, I only know that because I know that's Adam Ray.
Right.
And I knew he was cast as Vince McMahon.
Yes.
So that's the only reason I knew that.
The guy on the left, I don't think you're going to get him.
The guy on the left, Darren Drozdov.
It's not Charles, no.
He is a black man. Is he supposed to be a black man?
That is Shawn Michaels.
No, it isn't.
It is.
No, it isn't. No, it's not.
It's Shawn Michaels.
Google Shawn Michaels Young Rock, please.
Okay.
No. Why is Shawn Michaels black?
There's a reason for it, but I'll show you that is young cock. That's not.
Oh, right. Why is that already saved in your phone?
Yeah. Bookmark.
Easy access. I absolutely hate this.
Yep. Shawn Michaels there.
Why is he? Why? It's like Ricochet mixed with fucking Xavier Woods. Why is that Shawn Michaels?
So because he doesn't like Shawn Michaels in real life.
Who, The Rock?
Doesn't like him.
Uh-huh. I mean, if you don't like somebody, make them black. That's a
They
good thing.
they
The Rock,
made
fuck's sake.
This new character, it's like, I won't give you his real name, we'll call him Chad Frost. So every time he just shits on him, it's clearly Shawn Michaels. That's who it is. But he's going, I won't badmouth the actual person. So they invented a character called Chad Frost to just be a full cunt. But it's Michaels in 97 who was...
And why does The Rock hate Shawn Michaels?
He's never said... No one ever knows why. They just know they don't get on.
Chad Frost.
Rock refused to work with him ever. Always was offered the match, told him no. Will never work with him.
Did he work with Triple H, didn't he?
He worked with Triple H loads. Hated Michaels. Did not like Apparently Michaels was rude to his grandmother once.
Yeah.
So he was like, I hate this guy.
Yeah, she probably sucked him off because that's what Michael's all about. He banged The Rock's grandma.
I knew, some of them would be a struggle. It's hard to get that's Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I think if you gave me 1,000 guesses, I would not have said Shawn Michaels. For that, Jimmy Wang Yang would have come before. Just a black guy, Shawn Michaels. Wow. I love that. Chad Frost. I mean, and is it genuinely the worst show ever?
It's awful.
Is Roman Reigns in it?
No.
Not even as a young boy.
A young Roman Reigns is in it, yeah.
Nice. Roman Reigns is my favourite, mate.
He's good.
He is great. He's great.
We always devolve into wrestling talk. We can't help it.
Listen, that's what we like. How did we even get on to the Young Rock? What even started?
We were talking about... I don't know.
We're talking about
still hungover today,
James Savile, Hulk Hogan's haircut. That's what it was. Fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Can you talk about last night?
What was last night? Oh, yes. I think so. Yeah. You know what? There's going to be a TV show or a radio show coming out in August, and we were at the recording of the performances last night. So, I mean,
it was very good.
Can't talk about. Yeah, it actually was quite good. A few of them, I was like, you know what? Better than some actual comedians here. More potential if they actually wanted to do it.
I love the girl Danielle. I think she has a great personality for it.
Yes, she could obviously do. She is from here, Danielle Walsh. You might know her as the girl who can really drink quickly from.
Let me take a sip of this and just completely empties a pint of vodka.
But she, that's the one thing in a boring kind of way. The setup of the show. Now, I was involved with Butler to try. We were brought in with ourselves and Catherine Bohart's the host, and we had to kind of offer some tips to the acts that watch their set, give them some tips, which we did, and most of them took them on board, and you could see some of the jokes that we said. I was a couple of times like, that's my own, thank you. And it was good, but the setup of the show, when we watched them, they didn't perform in front of us in the same order as they did in the night.
Right.
And I thought having Danielle up top was a great idea because she has a natural energy about her.
Yes.
To get the people going. Also get a few laughs out, settle the place. And I thought she was... Because again, for people who don't know in stand-up, probably the most important place on a show is the opening act, really.
Yes.
Because they set the tone. The MC, in a lot of cases, will come in, have a quick chat, tell people house rules, and then go first act.
Yeah.
But when you're the first act, you kind of are, not maybe the headliner people maybe say but the most important, I think, is still the first act. You have to set the tone, and I thought she was cracking, and then the headliner obviously has to end the night. You have to bookend it well. So I thought she did great.
I think headliner's the hardest spot. Well, obviously, since it has been.
Yeah, but then also headliner can be a bollocks too. If you're going to a gig and people are like, if it's a long night, and people can't be fucked, and by the end they're just block one.
I find as a headliner, I'm more irritable if someone's going over.
Yeah,
because I'm like, you're eating into my time.
Yeah.
And it's going to be long. You're making the night longer.
Yeah, like I had a gig recently where I was co-headlining, and I was like, initially I was supposed to close, but then whenever we were chatting about it, the other act was like, oh, if you want, I'll go on last. And I thought about it, went, yeah, absolutely, because I could sense the room getting a bit rowdy. I was like, I have a bit of a drive, a much further drive to go here.
Yeah,
I'll just go do my turn and bounce. And I was much like, because the worst gigs I've had ever have been as a result of going on late when people are absolutely off their dick and no longer interested in stand-up. They're the worst gigs I've had.
I mean, I'm very energetic on stage, as you know. Mm-hmm. So I kind of, when everyone's really tired, I get really loud.
Yeah.
So if you've ever seen me at a gig where I'm shouting, it's because everyone's very tired. Yeah. And I'm like, listen to me. Yeah,
well, see, the exact opposite of that, I would go the flip.
Yeah.
And get quieter so people will listen. So
I do that if they're rowdy.
Yeah.
If they're rowdy. If they're tired, I go loud.
No, you weren't at that. We did a gig in Kilray, I think it was, and it was like Sean Haggerty booked it, and Sean's gigs are always class, but sometimes you don't know where it is. So I got lost on the way to it. Was in a GAA club. And we get into this hall, and I was expecting it to be like I did one before. It was maybe 140, 150.
Yeah.
We get into this one. No joke, about 400 people in a big fuck off like sports hall thing, and the place was, when I say bouncing, like it was fucking. People were just there having like a fucking jamboree before we even got there. And we're like, what the fuck's going on in here? And then by the end, it was like, and again, this is the thing I think comes with experience too, is you realise, I think to begin with, you want every single gig, you want everyone to laugh at everything you say. Whereas the older you get, the more experience you get, you realise in some places, that's not going to happen. You have to just work in with what's going on. So like the bar was open the whole time, people are coming and going back. You're like, you're not going to get this quiet in here. So you have to just, focus on who's paying attention, do your bits and not be getting annoyed, because I know older me would have been like, you just fuck up and all in the back and lost the head. Whereas you just, carry through that. It's great.
Yeah.
And it was a nice time. So I think, just knowing that. But the setup of that show, having Danielle on first, she set the tone, and I thought everyone did really well.
Yeah. And it's always, I love watching people doing their first gig too.
Yeah, because
I'm always very, I hate when like older, more established comedians are content first timers.
Yes.
It's not nice.
No, but I don't think anyone really of our generation, my generation would do that, because I'm a bit older than you. But like I think that was something we were acutely aware of, was that the ones maybe older than us didn't make it enjoyable or easy to get in. Whereas I think like at the end of the day, people are just trying to,
even after someone's done the first gig, I've seen people be like, here's what you need to do, and that's and you're like, let them enjoy the fact they've done it before you start trying to fucking hone them.
No, what I did say to one of the guys afterwards was like, listen, you did great, I thought you really, but
you have to suck my dick.
Yes.
Whisper, like,
baby! The bend the knees. I'm like, bend the knees? Fuck that, get on the knees. But I said, look, at the end of the day, you had a good, for a first gig, this is well set up for you. See, whenever you have to go on a cold Tuesday night to Annalong,
yes,
come holler at me then. Yes. You know what I mean? People don't know who you are. But I mean, it was for a first gig. That was classic.
The crowd were really nice too.
But were you there going like, oh, I want to do a wee turn?
Yes.
I was like, I'd like to go up and do a wee bit.
Yes, I always am, even though I was hungover.
Yeah, I was impressed to see you, because when Butler said you were coming down, I was like,
he's not coming.
He won't be here.
Yeah,
there's no way.
And then I stayed hidden in the back.
Yeah, and you had that camouflage on as well, so it was hard to see you anyway.
Yeah,
so,
I was just in the back, just like, whoa. But I want to say, I was really interested. I love seeing people do it for the first time.
And there were, I think, 2 that I was like, you know what, I could see them actually doing well at stand-up if they did it.
Yeah, the last guy, I can't remember his name.
Garen,
very unique.
Yes, he was very funny.
Very good.
And I like the fact that he was just giving off about stuff that really, no one in real life really gives a fuck about. But the fact that he was so sincere was really funny.
Yeah. It's like when Kieran's giving off to me sometimes, I'm like, why do you care?
Yeah.
That was the Garen.
But he was a wee bit like that, with a touch of the McCarneys about him too.
Yes.
He was very...
those country boys, they're all very laid back. And
yeah, but he was great. But it was a fun night. I was happy for people. I thought most everyone did.
Yeah. Then we had Saturday night as well, which was one of the best nights of my life.
Yes. No, you had a great time Saturday night. The mock blame.
Show aside, I was having a good time.
Yeah. Well, you came. Just end off.
Bad David.
But no, you came there for a good time. You're getting the beers in early, and it was a social event for you, which was nice. I got mugged out of it being a social event because my wife decided, I'm coming and you can drive, and I was like, well, I'd rather have just, because in my head I was going to have a bottle of wine. Is
this one of the times you're jealous of me being a young guy, that I'm so free?
No, not of you, but on this occasion I was like, well, you could drive. I thought, because Catherine loves to come to the gigs whenever, so Stacey, or Shane's wife, was going, and Catherine and her were going together, and we're going to have a drink, have a nice time. Yeah. And I was like, but I kind of wanted to have a drink,
Yeah.
But then I'll be on next time.
Yeah, I was fucking going on. I was alright. I was only one beer in, and then coming off in the second half. The adrenaline hit me, so I was just sinking drinks.
Yeah.
By the time I came on the second half, gone.
Yeah. Well, my plan was to drink a bottle of red wine.
You could see because I was starting to slur my work. You'll notice the cerebral palsy comes out when I'm really hammered.
Yeah.
So people are like,
also you could just be hammered.
Yeah. No.
This is my cerebral palsy. You've drank 2 bottles of white wine.
It's my cerebral palsy. But it does, because I don't have as good a control over my muscles, so that's when I do slur words. It's not like it's I'll go to speak and then my jaw gets locked, so I'm like So that's when you really notice it. Or I'll go to say something and then get stuck on the word, which makes it seem like and it ends up you fuck up your jokes.
Yeah.
It's really annoying because there's times I went like, but there's one, I went to call Kieran like bunter basketball shot. It was something really shit anyway, but I just went bunter and then couldn't speak, and then Kieran just went scrapper and then moved on. I was like, it was terrible.
You should have said to him, actually, and spoke slowly, it's my cerebral palsy and I'm struggling with it now, Kieran, so you're ableist.
My favourite round was the pun round.
Yeah.
Because that could have been an hour long.
Yeah. You know, one I missed, I didn't get to say, I thought was a lot of fun for boy bands, was the New Kids on the H Block.
Should have said that.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
I'm not going to say what it was because I'm going to clip mine. I loved my pun on boy bands.
What was it?
It was based on 5.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember it. Set off.
It was 5 Day.
Oh yes, that was good.
Because I was afraid it wouldn't work because it was a very long joke.
Yeah.
But when it paid off, I was like, I'm proud of that.
But then you know your ones you think are funny, and then those ones that you say, and you're like, that's not even a good one. I got the best laugh. Like I had one take at you, country, and they loved it.
That was great.
Whoa.
Although the porn one, when I said "Gosh, my father" tour, I knew it was one's like this will work.
The "Gosh, my father" tour. You know what? I think Patty had that backstage as well, or Mickey had it.
Oh really?
Or because there was a couple.
There was a couple.
There was one we
said as well. We were like,
bastards.
Yeah, we were like, you fucker. That was.
Yeah.
What was it? I can't remember, but there was that happened a few times. There was also a few times and I don't think people realised, and we didn't realise that halfway through the show, we couldn't really hear each other.
No, that was hard.
So there's times we'd say something, then you say it again, like a second later, and we were like, and then we did it a few times too. I think Mickey made a Biden's time joke, and I didn't hear it, and I went, Biden's time, and then Biden's like, he just said that. And I was like, I didn't hear you.
Next time we need like cans or something, just so you can hear. You definitely don't need any more cans, but earphone cans. Hear what the people are saying, like sitting around there like the fucking Hague or something, just everyone with like we earpieces.
Because there was a few times we repeated because we both had the same joke, but we couldn't hear the other person say it.
Because then I found a couple of times I was like listening, trying to hear what people were saying, and then like someone would be like, Dave, and I'd be like,
yeah,
because I was like focusing and trying to hear.
I loved annoying Butler. Every time I was trying to explain around him, we just kept hitting the buzzers.
Yeah, I broke my buzzer when there was a Sam Smith question. I spattered all the batteries out of it.
I did that immediately. I headbutted mine at one stage. I just went like,
I wish you could have thrown him in the crowd. Great, next time.
It was one time Butler took ages to explain the wrong, so we kept talking over to him, and I went, sorry mate, I didn't hear the words, can you explain it? And he went to talk, and I just hit the buzzer straight away.
No, he was getting a bit frustrated, but it was fun.
That was me getting into like, and Shane was egging me on. He's like, keep doing it, and that was just when we were getting in the silly boy territory.
Yeah, but it was good fun, and more importantly, I think people will know what you did afterwards. Like, what was the plan? Because did you go off in the night? Because we went backstage, and it was very much a split thing. So, like the older, more mature folks, kind of like the people in their mid-30s, kind of just went home, and then you just went down the town.
Yeah, me and Mickey went to Limelight.
Mickey, who's same age as me, by the way, just went.
Yeah, he said older, mature people, and then named Mickey, who's your age.
Correct, but I'm more mature than
me. Backstage, Mickey went to Kieran, you come to Limelight? Kieran went, no.
Yeah.
Mickey went, why not? Kieran's looking at him, went, I'm 36.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's to me, I felt bad for Mickey at one point because he was like, I'm going to get a hotel, and I was like, but you've had one beer, just go, because if I woke up in a hotel after like not getting fucked, I would be like, what a waste of my time.
But the adrenaline was going through him. I think he saw the amount of people there, because I wasn't going to drink, and then I poked my head through the curtain and went, 2,000.
Yeah.
We're drinking.
Yeah.
And there's no better drinks than after a show that just went great, and everyone's did great, and you're just like, let's just have fun.
Yeah. Well, what I did was went home, took a couple of Ibuprofens, and had Mars bar ice cream. That's winning. That's a wee celebration. Yeah, that's a wee celebration.
You would have got a hotel and came out if you could, though.
No, 100%. Yeah. No, but here's the thing: you have it here. Next time, I'm doing it with drink. I'm bringing it. You know what? I'm not doing it. Purple Tooth's doing it next time.
Oh, Purple Tooth. So wait till Purple Tooth.
And you know what? See, between us, I was a wee bit because a few people were like, "Oh, you know," a couple were like, "You're a wee bit reserved." I'm doing something that I don't know if I'm allowed to say now, but it's happening a week or two that I can't like openly say I'm doing yet. But if I said anything too controversial, I'd be canned from it.
I see.
So I have to be on my best behaviour. But
whereas that thought doesn't occur to me.
No. But I mean, there were sometimes a couple of jokes that I was like, I would have said that, but can't.
I have the fear because I don't really remember much of the second half.
You know,
So I'm like, what did I say?
But the good thing about it is, I don't think anyone could cause you any bother is going to be there. You know what I mean? There's like at the end of the day, it's all people there. Everyone knows us, and it's all fine.
Everyone being like, it should be on TV, and then it's like within 5 minutes, you're like, this will never see the light of day.
Yeah, but you know what? It's good as well now that in 2023, that like the memory of like, you know, Princess Diana and stuff still being held.
There was a fucking 5 minute period.
You know, it's
people
good.
were just telling their favourite Princess Diana jokes.
It's like, there you go. You know, that's a nice time.
I thought Butler was fantastic as well.
Yeah,
everything he did, all his routines were fucking amazing.
Are we able to talk about?
No, we'll keep that. I think he's gonna clip that, so no.
Okay.
It was very, very, very funny.
I mean, it's up there, one of the best mugs of all time history.
And he was angry too, which I loved.
Yeah, because there was some feedback that like someone might have been very quiet after a certain part. Now, what excites me as an innocent bystander is I'll not be let go. Something else will happen.
There will be more. Like, but me and Mickey were saying, we're like, fuck, his McCann or his Butler been catfishing all of us. And I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, good. Who knows what he's got?
Do you know what I mean? Halfway through, you're riding someone, tear the head off,
tear the face off. What would be real 10 out of 10? It'd be like, has anyone at this table ever sent a dick pic?
Everyone at the table just immediately like, oh fuck. Guess whose dick this is?
I mean, listen, let's do that.
You can identify mine straight away with a dick like a Staffy's neck.
You identify mine because it's in Catherine's handbag. There you go. You'd be like, who's this dick in this fake Gucci handbag? Why is it grey? Oh, it's Dave's. Yeah, clearly.
If we played that, do you think you'd be able to guess who's next who?
Yeah.
Patty would immediately be a giveaway. It's the only one with a tattoo on it.
Well, I would be able to get Shane's. Because it's circumcised, of course.
Right, okay, that's not why.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, listen.
Because I suck it all the time.
Listen, it's always there. And, I think I would be able to guess Kieran's as well, I'd reckon. I think, I don't know why, I just picture like a little pug.
I imagine Kieran's dick looks like it works in fresh garbage. It's like a wee beardy thing.
Yeah, I reckon he would have. Yeah, I could see Kieran with like pubes. I could see him with some pretty.
Oh, he doesn't strike me as a pubeless man.
No, he doesn't strike me as a pubeless. This pubeless man. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, Paddy's would have a dagger on it. Mix would have psoriasis, so you guess that it'd just be shining.
Mix would look like one of the stone men from Game of Thrones. That's what Mix cock looks like.
Or it'd look like Terminator's face after having it fall off, you know. And mine, yeah, and yours would just be young. Yours would be pink. Everyone else's would be grey, and yours would be just like a little pink, like wee piglet. Just
no, my dick's like 3 skin tones darker than the rest of my body.
See,
it's really dark.
Mature, nice.
It looks like I only sunbathe my dick.
Yeah, mine. I can't. Oh my god! Yeah. In another, I would say, yeah. I'll tell you off. I can't say that because I get sacked. I don't get sacked just yet.
See, you're living in fear.
But
now.
Listen, I'm living in fear for now. But I'll tell you. I'll write it in a wee note and tell you what it's going to say.
Every podcast I do, it just ends up talking about dicks. I feel bad.
Yeah, so, it's dark but small. So figure it out.
You just type the words Gary Coleman to me. Yeah.
What a treat that would be. Like, here's my dick look like Gary Coleman, and you pull the zip down.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Fuck. He's dead, isn't he?
He died years ago.
I was hoping to get him the podcast and all too.
Gary Coleman.
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean glitter. Fuck. Easy.
But I hope we do another one of those.
I mean, it's see no reason why you shouldn't.
Because it's one of those, I'm like, when people, initially I think the idea was we'll pitch it to TV, and now I think it's like,
you know what?
It's better if that goes nowhere near anything.
But what you could do like a watered down TV friendly version, and then just do like, call it whatever it is, uncut, and just do a live one exactly as it was. But listen,
I don't think it'd be as fun.
If the coin men came to you and were like, listen, is there anything you wouldn't do for money?
You know me though, I'm not that motivated by money.
But is there anything you wouldn't do for the right amount of money? Because that's an argument I have.
When we say right amount, right amount of money means I earn so much I don't have to work again.
No, like the right amount of money is any amount of money that's right for you. So it could be as much or as little as you can. So for example, someone was like, "Is there anything you wouldn't?" There's a call. Like I'd be like, I wouldn't kill my kids. for any amount of money.
Well, I'll just put the checkbook away.
Yeah, put it away. But, you know, like back to the old ones, like, would you suck your dad's dick for any amount of money? I'd be like, depends on how much money.
I love how you imply you would kill your wife for money.
Oh, aye, probably. Yeah, I'd
kill
say
your wife
She,
so you could drink?
She'd kill me, yes. You know, she'd be like, but they haven't even offered you a fee yet. And she'd be like, I don't care. You know, I'll get the. There'll be some
I've
sort
been in
of
the green
money.
room with you and your wife. I fully believe that.
Yeah.
She's ready to kill you at any moment's notice.
Yeah, but she'd be struggling. You know, this is the thing. Like, too, we love each other a lot.
You do.
But
Yes, sir.
she'd be lost without me. Like,
Really?
She'd be lost without me.
You are
Lost.
the wife. Like.
I'm the matriarch of the family.
You are
I'm the matriarch. Like,
mother.
yeah. But I mean, you know, here's the thing. It's like, you know, when people are all like, "Oh, I'm not I'm not gay. No, shut up, and fucking don't fuck off." You know, and you're like, oh.
Which is the gayest way
Yeah.
to react to anything.
It's like when people are like to me, "Oh, you're a fucking." I mean, yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, I'm not. It wasn't an
But
insult.
no, I'm not saying it is. But some people are like, "Fuck," you know. I'm sweet about it.
Yeah.
Like I look after my kids, I hang about them all day, and I get to do. At the minute, my life is great. As James Blood would say, my life is brilliant. You know, I get to have fun, and I get to hang out with girls.
Daddy,
And, you know,
won't
I don't-
you just close your eyes?
I don't get to fucking drink though, but that's not here nor there. But you know, it's like so now, like actually, we had a bit of an issue in the last couple of weeks where Kath was like, "You need to chill out. You're too obsessed with cleaning this house."
You're
And I was
my
like,
nanny.
But like, I get annoyed, and I won't rest until things are.
So
fucking-
I'll come out of literally just step out of the bathroom after having been in the shower, and she goes in. It's like, this place is a mess. I'm like,
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
literally drying my gooch right now.
Yeah.
I will clean it after.
She's not even talking about the bathroom. She's talking about your hole.
My good, yeah.
Manscaped 4.0.
She just lays me down, no, like when you're changing a baby on
Yeah.
one of those wee, on one of those wee pads.
Lift your dick. There you go. Bit of talc on you. Right? There you go.
Why do you put talc on your hole?
Dries it apparently. Oh, speaking of Holly today, just
I wasn't.
burned Catherine, right? No, so Catherine got out of the shower. I was having like, because I mean, I don't want to say this on my public podcast. I've said it on Patreon, but she was sea swimming this morning, and yeah, no.
Divorce.
And she got home. It's in the pipe works. It's not the saying, is it? It's just in the
pipeline,
works.
mate.
The pipe.
The pipe works? In
The pipe works is my favourite ever club in Belfast.
It's like Paddy saying to me, he's like,
yeah.
"Oh, I'll say this, but I don't want to upset the apple tart."
Yeah.
I was like, "You fucking what?" No, apple cake. I don't want to upset the apple cake.
No, and not in the pipe. What?
In the pipeline.
In the pipeline or the works. And I said to you, in the pipe works. Now, what would happen in the pipe works would be you leave with a sore hole, but it's a good time. But so she got in this morning, and Holly in fact, Holly wasn't even. Holly said a wee bit of fucking cough the last few nights, so hasn't really been sleeping the most. So I brought her in. She was in our bedroom this morning, so she kind of woke up. Catherine was just out of the shower. I was drying herself and put a wee bit of talc on herself. And Holly went, "Mum, what are you doing?" She's like, "Putting a bit of talcum powder on." She's like, "Why?" She's like, "Oh, because it dries up the area." And Holly's like, "Try a towel, idiot!" Like that. And it's like one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I was like, respect. And she's like, "Don't speak to me like that." And I was like, to be fair, use a towel, idiot. It's like classic. Just a little
That was
5-year-old
the
just
oldest
woke
one?
up. Yeah.
Who's the funny one between the two? Holly?
Ooh, Holly says some really funny things sometimes, but Matilda's behaviour is funnier. She's just like a full
Matilda
shit.
is Catherine. Holly is you.
Yeah, like, well, that's like, yeah, Holly's a bit more sensitive and emotional.
Which is
This
you.
me, and Matilda's more angry.
Yeah,
which
you are.
is-
You for a big, strong man. You
Yeah.
are a very sensitive guy.
Yeah, listen, I have a soft heart,
You are, yeah.
you know, but probably a weak heart as well. But but no, like Holly's just like,
You have a terminally soft heart.
I know, like that's a shit one, isn't it? Heart disease.
It's bollock, isn't it?
Like, we're like, what's heart disease? It just means your heart's breaking. How can you get better? You can't.
You don't.
Fuck. That's
Unless
shit.
you're Geordie and they just fucking give you a new one every day, like a Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, like that. I mean, but that would be something. Like, we're going in a direction where Jordan might, as long as Jordan meets, you know, I was going to say David Moyes before he dies, like a Make-A-Wish kid.
Stop him getting relegated.
If he lives
hell?
to a point, well, there's no saving that guy. If he gets to the point where technology, he could just be sweet. He could just do that. He could be like a transformer, you know. I don't know if you're allowed to call them transformers anymore. It's quite offensive, you know. But yeah, like where that's the beauty of where we are now with all this AI. It's scary and all, and I hate it. But there could be some stuff out there that might save that.
Yeah, I don't like
No.
because it's shit now.
Yeah.
But it'll learn quickly.
But again, I've said this every week in this podcast. And did I just say podcast there? I fucking hope I didn't, because there's nothing
Podcast.
annoys me more than people do podcasts here and go, welcome to the podcast. It's like, fuck off.
And also, everyone in this country does a podcast. So.
Yeah, I know. It's like, who doesn't?
We do it too. Everyone's like, everyone has a podcast. I'm like, you have several.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's when people know you as a podcaster. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah. No. But
I mean, you are.
Yeah, but
but I hate it.
But I think, like, when people ask you, like, I find that there's nothing worse other than saying podcast is whenever people list all the things they are. So, like, you'd have people be like, I'm a stand-up comedian, I'm a writer, I'm a podcaster, I'm an actor, I'm a producer, I'm a creative, and it's like, shut up. So I've just changed
what do you describe yourself as?
I'm a comedian.
I'm a comedian who does.
Yeah, because like in my bio it just says comedian, a podcaster, which is I'm podcaster.
I just say comic.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But I mean,
because to me, every like the acting, the sketch, that's the umbrella.
But you know what? Like, I wouldn't ever say I'm a stand-up comedian because we do loads of other stuff. So just call me a comedian. Yeah.
No, we're just cunts.
Yeah,
we're just
because what's awkward
cunts
for me,
being silly.
Like what? That's sometimes where I do get a bit awkward is whenever like I'm in environments with normal people.
Yeah,
and they ask like there's a woman, I was at a just sitting having a chat with a lady, and now she was, you know, sitting there. Now she did have a full boob out, which makes the scenario a bit, you know, different. Now she was breastfeeding, so that's fine.
Right. I thought she just had one tail.
No,
she was wearing a vest and just had.
She was like,
saggy
so what do you do? And I was kind of like, well, I am a dad, and I am a housewife, and I am. What do you do for money? Oh, what don't I do? I am.
I can go to work on the other tit.
Guy, yeah, I'm a guy who does stuff and makes things happen. And she's like, I could just say I'm a comedian, you know what I mean? But it's like so fucking awkward.
I just got a comedian.
Yeah, but then like I was in the pub the other day as well. This just sounds like I'm just doing bits. I walked in the pub the other day, and the guy Mark who runs it, he was like, "Oh, speaking of, we're just chatting about comedy nights in here, and there he is there, and this other guy goes, you're a comedian, tell us a joke." And I went, no.
Then nothing shuts them down quicker than you go, I don't know any.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Must be a very good comedian then. All right.
And I was like, well, pay me. You know, if you want to pay me, I'll do a set. Let's go next door. And there you go.
I love just shutting it down because they get so deflated and annoyed at you.
Yeah. No,
like, fucking make us laugher. Nah.
Well, yeah, what's your job? Oh, I'm a fucking on the dole. Well, then there you go. Inject in front of me.
Yeah. I'm a trying to whip me up a fucking conservatory, mate. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
But it is, and you just think, well, and because again, think whenever you're younger, you're like, well, you know, it's more of more anecdotes and stories I would tell rather than they're like shit. And you go, yeah. If you just go, no. So look at them.
I just give them like, here's my TikTok. Watch those.
I would see my audience a bit older than yours, so I'd be like, listen, do you remember facts? I'll fax you a few jokes, a few stories, a few tales.
No, it's a common. I know a few people do a job that's weird my age. Mm-hmm. You ever know any calm girls?
Like chilled out? No.
CAM. Centre attacking midfield. Calm.
Why am I 77?
I'm a calm girl. Professionally, you're relaxed, are you?
Do you smoke that cannabis weed, do you? No, so, like,
I'll get some of that calm oil from my joints.
Yeah, so that they're just like is that like a gamer or they get the titties out? Like
titties out.
Right, okay.
Do you ever see the adverts come on before you watch porn?
Yeah.
Those.
Yeah.
Those.
Yeah.
Nice. I know. It's a job. The more I meet people, the more I meet.
So do they just straight up go, listen, cam girl?
Yeah.
Or I would have gone for content creator.
Content creator?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll just call him a cam girl.
Nice.
But one of my friends was telling me about.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm not single.
Some of their clients.
Yeah.
And it's fucking so funny. One was he was a little person.
Uh-huh.
And he, small man.
Like, did Snow White live with seven?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yes. And he was into humiliation.
I mean, listen,
he's built for it.
Just hold the mirror up.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
There goes your TV.
Yeah,
she said what he used to pay her to do.
Uh-huh.
I shouldn't be telling that, but it was too fucking funny not to say. Was he used to turn on the camera, and his camera would turn on, and he'd have a paper plate with a face drawn on it, and just his cock through the middle, and you used to have to talk to his cock that he called Mr. Chuckles.
Wow.
And he used to be like, can you just get loads of your mates, like 4 or 5 of your mates, to just degrade me on webcam? Which, imagine that was our job, Dave. if it was like, yo, can you, Mickey and Patty, Dave, all have a few beers and just make fun of my weird dick? I'd be like, every day of the week, that is my favourite job.
That's wild. Mr. Chuckles.
Mr. Chuckles. I was like, was he Mr. Chuckles? She went, no, strictly his Willie was called Mr. Chuckles.
And I mean, the question I think everyone wants to ask is it proportionate or?
I didn't ask that, weirdly enough. There was a lot to...
If Mr. Chuckles is a big boy or a wee fella.
I don't think he was a big boy.
No.
But I don't think it was,
But you know what I would not like? People to humiliate me. I don't get...
It was his kink.
But I don't get what... Like, what if you... Do you have any kinks? Is it something you're into? You're
yeah.
Like, well,
yeah, I do.
Are you able to say? Or
yeah, I'm into... People know I'm into rough stuff.
Right, okay.
I mental sentence, pain's hot.
Nice.
I get hard when I'm hurt.
Not like emotionally or
no. If you like, physically? You could whip me and then went, yeah, you fat fuck. I'd be like, hey, hey, no need. Yeah, we can put candle wax on each other without name calling. Thank you.
Yeah, like I don't think I would like to get hurt.
No, I like.
Yeah. Like, is it like?
It's
do you
like fucking Do
you like sharp pain like a whip or like numb pain like a punch?
Numb pain?
Yeah, like when someone just
watch your family die in a car crash and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I'll still finish. Yeah, that's it.
I'm like so someone like slapping you, digging nails into you, whipping you a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Burning you, big one for me. I like that.
Burning you?
Yeah.
Whoa. With what?
Like a cigarette.
On your dick, like?
On your no, not on your dick, like your back or your arms.
Then next day you're not like, or do you get a root all day with a blister? Like, so if you get sunburned, are you like, whoa.
Nah. Unless someone has localized the energy of the sun and went, oh,
Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, oh, pour the sun up my fucking hole.
Fingered by Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, I know. 8 wee dicks.
That'll be a lot of fun, I'm sure.
And I'm like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just like, I suppose Geddis, I guess.
It's not a kink.
I know, but it's like
I feel that my generation are more into that shit.
Yeah, because you know what I think it is. Now I'm not a psychologist, but I believe not a psychologist, but in my head I believe that people of your generation are so desensitized to like growing up for me. The best thing to see was like a wee bit of softcore on Channel 5 on a Friday.
Yeah, whereas you showed me softcore now.
You're like, I want full 4K shite pipe. I want to be right up there. In fact, I want to see
the rings. I want to counter-age like a tree.
I want to fucking, I'm gonna cut you down and lick your hole. You fucking wee Loki. It's like
normal. Oh. But I used to think like, am I just a wee weirdo? And then the more people you speak to, it's like that's a real common thing now. But it's also we're a very open generation. My generation, we talk about stuff.
Yeah, which I think we're probably the last generation. Stuff would be very like, no, we don't talk about it. Fuck up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But did you ever get like, see if I meet people and they're like, oh, I don't like to, like, oh, we didn't talk about that. I'm like, you're weird. You murder.
Yeah, but then it is a weird thing. But then I suppose it's all down to what the topics of conversation are. Like even gay, like in my generation coming out. I know people who struggled to come out until maybe recently. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because of the...
Congratulations, by the way.
Well, listen, I'll never come out until, my mum passed away. Who knows? But you know what I mean? Like some people who, like, you're in school, right? And you see people who you're like, they're gay guys. And then they're later like, oh, I'm gay. And you're like...
I told you.
Yeah.
I saw the way you used to hold scissors in primary school. Yeah. That was a gay man's scissors.
But to tell you what, there's a guy who is friends with one of my folks' sons, and I've known him from he was born. Like I'm probably
one of your folks' sons.
Your brother? No, one of my folks' friends' sons, and he was like, we knew from he was like 5, 6. I was like, he's a gay guy, and my mum was like, you can't say. I'm like. You just know.
Yeah. And it's not an insult.
Yeah, and now he's a full gay guy. And it's like, well, of course he is. That's fine.
It's almost weird when people come out now. Yeah. If we were like, I'm gay, everyone's like, why are you okay?
Yeah. No, because that's
I had a close relative of mine come out to me when I was in the queue for a Subway. Yeah. And I was next and they rang me and I just want to let you know, like, it's I need to tell you I'm gay. And I was like, okay. Do you want anything? Yeah. They were like, I'm a lesbian. I just thought you should know. I'm like, okay. I'm getting a meat feast. I know you don't want that, but do you want anything else?
Oh, you fillet of fish.
Do you want a tuna baguette? Yeah. Hold of the baguette.
Yeah. No, but
that was my reaction. It wasn't even like I don't care, I love you, or whatever. I'm literally like,
all right.
I'm getting lunch. Why are you telling me? Like I'm like fair folks, dude.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
No, it is. But I think that's just the generation thing.
Yeah,
like
which is way back.
The worst is football. Like the fact there's no.
That's so bizarre.
To me, you know that.
And I get why. I don't blame the gay footballers for not coming out. It's not the environment.
It's so gay not to come out, isn't it?
And yeah, it is. But I get why they don't.
Oh yeah.
Because I like football.
Yeah.
And football fans annoy me a lot.
Yes. I mean, listen, I'm a big Arsenal fan. There's no people I hate more than Arsenal fan TV. The worst.
Fan TV, anything.
Yeah.
People think they are something just because they're a fucking meme. Who was that United guy? Andrew
Tate?
Yeah.
Don't care.
I
love him.
I hated him. Because they get on into the microphone, they're doing these big and passionate rounds like, you're not right for the club, you're not right for the people. Yeah. And you're like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do, you fat drinking fuck?
Yeah.
How long would you last, you stupid boy? This guy has feelings, leave him alone, he's doing his job.
And it was Moisey, European champion, Moisey. Yeah. You know?
He's United fans for years. Every time a manager came in, he's the problem. Yeah. Hey, maybe your team was shite. Maybe Fergie jumped off at the right fucking time.
Of course, Fergie's genius. Bounced.
Yeah.
At the right time.
He saw the writing on the wall when fuck this, I'm away.
I'm bouncing here. Yeah. Fair play, Fergie.
Yeah, I felt bad for Moisey. I thought he got a hard game.
I was delighted to see Moisey win the Conference League.
Mourinho got them the second, and was like, Mourinho shouting on him. And then he came out and went, see, the biggest achievement I ever did in my career was getting you useless bastards to second.
That was a lot of fun from Mourinho.
I love that.
But Mourinho's clearly great now, like anyway, but people are arseholes.
Oh, his football's boring. Yeah, so it works.
Let's do a few wee questions, have it?
Yes.
Let's see. Naomi has asked something. Have you guys ever accidentally said something out loud that you should have used your inner voice for? Hey, and then she sent a story. Very serious journalist suffers absolute cringe on air moment. Washington-based radio host Chris Stigall bursts out laughing as he explained the cause of a blooper. Oh no, we have this clip to watch. Then we'll watch it if we can get it.
I love watching you use your phone.
I know, like a 97-year-old guy.
Grandad.
I am.
You're one step above getting it and just going.
Yeah. What, is this it? Oh no, this is just... So a radio show host, blah, blah, blah. He uttered the phrase, the radio show host seemed taken back after White House correspondent left him an awkward I love you message at the end of an appearance on Thursday. So he said, thank you, Phil, very much. Great to catch up. He said, I love you, thank you. He said,
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, that's
it's easy. See you later, like, love you. I'm like, what?
And you're like, what? But I'm so used to doing that, like on the phone. We're like, right, see you later, love you, bye.
Yeah.
Who say that to? I'm like, oh, it's the Sky guy. He's looking to put a new dish in. Have you ever done that? Have he ever said anything you've gone, oh dear?
All the fucking time. You ever do that and then broadcast it? Mm-hmm. All the fucking time.
Well, this episode, yeah.
Yeah, all the fucking time. I can't help it.
Yeah.
It's, sometimes I'll say it, think it's funny, and then you realise you're with the wrong group of people.
Yeah, well, I
do you ever say, like, have racist banter with your mates that you know no one's going to hear?
Yes.
And then you do it in a serious place, and you're like, everyone does.
Mm-hmm. Just, inappropriate.
Because with your it's not because you mean it, it's because you know it's a horrible thing to say, and the humour is that.
Yes.
Or it's just very on PC. And you don't mean the things, you just say the things because it's funny, you say something fucked up, but then you do it with a different friend group and they're like, oh, they just think I'm a cunt now. Yeah,
because I had that for a while. It was probably the worst thing that's ever happened ever. Like, I was slagging somebody who I used to live with, girlfriend. But you know when you slag people, you do it in a way like you say, I ham it up and you say horrible things to make, like you say, to make the other person laugh. Yeah. Like, they were always at our house and all, and I was like, you never saw your mate anymore and all. Even this day I cringe thinking about it, but some stuff we were saying, like, that stupid, awful, hateful, fucking useless cunty bitches in this, always in this fucking house and this and that, and she's nothing but a fucking no good, blah blah blah, slur here, slur there, cunt and all that. Didn't really mean it, was just hamming up the other guy. She was in his room one time, heard everything, shared everything I've said, and he moved out and was like, oh no, awkward.
Did he never speak to you about it?
Yeah, afterwards, but genuinely that, like, was horrible. And like, even this day I think about it and go, oh no. Because genuinely she was a lovely girl. He was just a guy and a girl, but it was me and my other, like, and my other particular mate, part of our banter is you say the most horrendous stuff to each other for badness. You know what I mean? And we know we don't mean it, but even in that moment I was
But explain it
but
to
also,
someone else.
she must have felt so bad, and that made me feel terrible.
Oh,
and I am sorry about that.
And you're a wee sensitive boy, you would think about that. Whereas I'm evil, and I'll forget about it immediately.
Yeah, and I was offended, but I offended myself, and I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
But no, there's sometimes, like, we were on a radio show years ago with FNT, and I still can't understand why this phrase was said. But you know Ruth, who's an FNT?
Yes, I love Ruth.
Well, Ruth, and she was, we were just chatting away. I'm not going to say what she said. I'll type it to you because I would get.
This is the most like bitchy wee girl podcast ever. So yeah, I'll tell them.
But I'm going to show you the phrase, and I want you to explain to me in what context would you ever use that phrase. You know, like, and she was chatting away, and just happened that slipped out of her mouth, and we all went like this to her. What? And like she just carried on, and we're like, "Do you know you just said
what you said?"
Yeah, and she went, "No, I didn't." And we're like, "Yeah, you did." And everyone was like,
"Was it on the radio?"
Yeah, it was on like Not Cute. What's the one?
Was it live?
Yeah, like Blast 106. It was on Blast, and she just that came, and I don't know what it was. She's like, "I've never said that word in my life." I'm like, "Well, you did on air."
She's like, "I never say bacon."
Yeah,
don't even like it.
It was just unbelievable. Like, it was so. I like. There's no explaining to this day why that word slipped out, how it did, in what context. There's no like, and she's never used it ever. But I was like,
that's the fear I have with radio. And I'm very wooden on radio because I'm just sitting there the whole time going, I'm going to say something fucked up, don't say it.
Well, I
remember when we were doing radio interviews for William of Orangedale?
Yeah.
And always the tough questions were sent my way for like, why are you doing this subject matter? What's with this language? And I would always just see you sweating, looking at me. Because I got asked some tough questions.
You handled it very well. You were like a wee politician a couple of times.
You just forget, That's where the degree's in, David.
Yeah, of course.
Who was it asked that? It was like Mark Durkin was like, he was like, and what is funny about bonfires, because they're quite sectarian in nature, and you were on the other end of the Zoom call, like, what's he gonna say?
But no, you handled it well. What was I gonna say?
I should be, anytime any of us gets in trouble for a joke, I absolutely should be the spokesperson.
Yeah, you should. Now,
because I'm the one that goes out and was like, well, let's discuss this.
The only thing I ever said bad on the radio that worried me was when we were doing the rave lockdown, Shane said something like, "Shut up, you Walt." And then I was like, "Oh no, is that a bad word?" But then no one mentioned it.
Yeah, the Walt's a word. You guys all use it for your dick. I don't know it. Like, I only know it hanging about with you guys.
Because I think afterwards, if there was any trouble, I was like, "Oh, it just meant like Walter Mitty, talk shit."
Walter White, talk shit.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Davey and his Cockney rhyming slang.
Michael Dines wants to know, what's your favourite one-line joke or response?
When someone gives you the one finger, just go, "Here's your change."
Yeah.
Give the 2 fingers. I love that.
Yeah. There's your change. Yeah, that's very good. I like that a lot. Is there a one-liner that sticks out for you? You like?
I'm not a big one-liner. Weirdly, as I used to be a one-liner comedian, but mine were all like Frankie Boyle's.
Yeah.
And he's not really a one-liner.
No, I like one of Sean Haggerty's. I feel like it's an old enough one that I could say it, and I mean, going to anyway. It says, "What's the coolest part of the penis?" Shaft. I just enjoy that. That's always a nice one.
Nick Helm used to do a routine where he would do a one-liner and then play a song after it. And one he just went, so shit. He goes, "What's the bounciest place in France?" "The Dodoin," and then he plays him up and dances up because he's like the Dodoin and bounces across the stage.
That's very weird. Chris Reese, he doesn't come in soft with questions.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of the shark attack in Egypt? That should be the fate of every pedo and rapist.
I love. Anytime something bad, like someone gets injured, someone like all pedos and rapists need this.
What would be your gruesome way to see the demise of pedos and rapists? I think I don't know what you do then, because now, as someone with a degree in criminology and criminal justice, I feel like...
Do you also do that?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, criminology career.
Boring as shit.
I feel like I had disagreements over the restorative justice process with a few lecturers, and thought, I think victims need some support. I think if someone does, like, they were like, somebody raped and murdered an 8-year-old and they were rehabilitated after 6 years, they should be let out. I was like, nah.
Yeah, I disagree with elements of it.
Yeah, I was like, nah. And then like, how would you like to be in a prison cell with a toilet in it all day? I'd be like, well, I wouldn't do anything wrong, so.
Yeah, we wouldn't be there. So.
Yeah, so shut up. And
although I will say, doing criminology, when people are like, housing only gets, it's good to know what goes into things.
Yeah, and what is good is because you know how much you can get away with.
But when people are like, how do you get this? And they're like, well, when you look at the factors in the case, that's
yeah.
Why.
Yeah.
But it was incredibly boring.
Yeah, it is. It was shite. But I mean, listen, it got us to where we are today, didn't it? So,
yeah.
So, mate, what would you do with nonces and pedos and rapists and all?
Hunger Games. Squid Games them.
All right,
you get freedom, but like you know.
But what
only one of them gets out.
But what would you do at the very so? What happens if like the worst pedo gets freed? Just he's back out to peed again. Pedo's well paid.
He won the games.
Yeah,
he won the games.
Oh, what you should do? Be like, that's actually a merc. You get shot now, doof. You know?
Yeah.
What's the prize? Oh, you get killed by sharks.
Just through that door, bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you may as well make entertainment out of it.
Yeah, but it's weird, isn't it? Because like, there are is it the worst crime? Paedophilia and rape, is it the worst crime? Like, if you're a rapist
really
or you're a
turn.
But you know what I mean? If you're a serial killer, say, it's not like, because some serial killers, I'm like Harold Shipman, everyone's like, oh, he's the most prolific. It's like, all he did was inject them. He didn't like cut them up and like fucking swap their legs and their arms around. You know, he didn't make a suit out of their head.
I think more needs to be done to understand those people.
Well, like serial killers or rapists and pedophiles?
Kind of all of them.
Yeah.
They don't really make an effort to understand that. And I'm not being like accept it, but it's like it's like the reason they stopped. Do you know why they stopped executing people in Britain? Because
they thought it was SLY.
Yes, that, and it wasn't viewed as a deterrent. They don't think.
Yeah, because they just do it in the prison. Bring them out into Shaftesbury Square and do it. You know what I mean? Make it fun like a good old days.
But yeah, so my point is, but like they already know they're gonna do it. But if someone recognised they had those. There was a Channel 4 documentary. A guy admitted he was a pedo. He didn't act on it
because technically being a paedophile is not illegal. It's like
hey bro, you said that, not me.
No, but you know, but no, paedophilia is a condition. Like, it's a medical condition. Someone who is a paedophile, they say, is someone who's attracted to kids. Now, you could be a paedophile but not be a child molester.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's that's
it's hard to make the case for this, but there should be, if you are that, you recognise you are that.
Yeah.
Somewhere you go to get treatment for that.
Yeah.
Maybe castrated.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Yeah, get put down.
Yeah. But like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Castrated, maybe is that in here?
Yeah. But then, no, I don't know. I would be of the opinion that, you know, sometimes you need punishment.
If they've acted on it.
Yeah. But even
kill them.
Yeah, like, you know what? I think there are. I had an idea for something. I don't know if I should say it because it's a good idea for like a drama or a piece I might write at some point in life. But everything has a cost, doesn't it? And like, if you're keeping somebody, say someone's given like Dahmer, like he's in prison forever, you know. He wasn't death row. He's not a good example. No, but he was murdered in prison. But the people who are like Mara Hindley. So she's given life sentence. There's no death penalty here. She's just in prison, never going to get out. She died in prison. She not just save a bit of dough, execute her, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's she doing in there?
But Britain decided it's inhumane to kill people because the argument is, are you better than them then?
Yeah, and I know, but it's like,
wasn't it Albert Pierpoint?
Yeah, he was
the most famous executioner.
Yeah, he was the number one. Like, he had to pay a fine every time he killed someone. You know that?
Yeah.
That's all part of it. He was like the original hangman guy, wasn't he? Like, he mastered the hanging technique and like this trap door and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
and then his whole family did that.
He spoke out against execution. Yeah. Didn't believe it worked. Didn't believe it was a deterrent.
Well, I mean, it does work to stop
people.
It
kills them. It does kill them, but he didn't believe it was an effective deterrent. He was like, after I read his book, it was a very good book, but he was like, I've realised at the end it didn't stop anything.
Peer points of view, was that what it was called?
It's called peer pressure. And he was like, it didn't stop anything.
Yeah. Have I got news for you?
Okay. What?
Have I got news for you?
I thought you said, have I got news for you?
No. Have I got news for you? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is what you tune in the Sly Guy podcast for, to get our views on capital punishment.
Penalty, yeah.
But you know what I mean? genuinely, like when they make all the
These
death.
are two guys with criminology degrees.
Yeah,
We know what we're talking
whenever
about.
you make the punishment more humane, it's boring. You know what I mean? You want to be guillotine, you want to be hangings, you want to be electric chairs. Like, see when they don't put enough water on, they're all frying up. Ugh, that's what you want to see. You don't want to just be like, oh, he's asleep now.
I
Bye.
feel everyone says you want to see that, and then if you were in the room to see it, you were like, I'm very
But you listen,
uncomfortable.
how much fun did you have on Saturday night?
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
No one got executed.
Back in the day, that's what all the banter was. Like, that's the phrase hangover originated because they did all the public hangings. People would come out, they'd drink mead, they'd drink ale, they'd be like, fucking take that, Albert, you bastard. And then everyone would get blitzed, they'd be bucking in fields. And I was like going to Slane to see Harry Styles. You just go see some poor bastard get hanged. People loved it, it was banter.
Did they have warm-up backs?
Yeah, they just the people getting kneecapped with axes. Fuck, and then the hangings. They loved it back in the day. You know what I mean? Bring all that back, get people on out, you know. Well, he was on the waterfront the night before his show. They're actually executing 7 paedophile nonsense. Yeah, sweet. You can get a free ticket to that if you want because you're on the next night. You know what I mean? Make a spectacle of it. And people love it. You know, there's definitely rich people out there that you could. That's what you do. Listen, this guy, forget crypto, forget all that shit. Sell prisoners to billionaires.
Sorry,
let
are
them do
you
what they
aware
want.
of the dark web, David?
No.
This is a thing.
What?
See, right. Were you on the early days of the internet where you could just watch people get murdered?
No, yes. I've seen stuff that here's the thing, I'm against it. I hate all looking at that shit.
Yeah.
Turns me. But there was
You really don't like it?
No. There
Whereas I feel evil when stuff like that's in the group chat. Everyone's like, this is gross, don't send it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm eating breakfast
Do
watching
you remember the time in the group chat there was this guy and girl just bucking, and then all of a sudden a dude come in and murdered them with a knife? I was like, stop it at the bucking. You know, just we'll watch
Whereas
that.
you freaked out about it, and I
Yeah.
literally, while I was watching it, was eating porridge. I felt nothing.
Hell, I did not like that at all.
I was like, I need some jam on this.
Oh my god! But it was like, I don't like to see
The
shit
song
like that.
Funky Town is ruined for me for life because of some of the videos I've seen.
With that music over it.
You ever seen Funky Town Gore?
No.
It's for those, trigger warning, this is dark. So it's a guy who's getting tortured by, it's always the cartel. And they've got him on an IV drip to keep him alive. But they cut his face, rip his face off, and they're pumping him full of stuff to keep him still alive. And then they're like just cutting him up, but they're not cutting any arteries. And so they peel his face off. It's just like flesh and bone. And then they've cut his hands off. And at one point he goes to touch his face, but he has no hands. And they just
Is that real?
Yeah, it's real. Like, you can look it up.
No. I'm not going to.
Yeah. And just in the background while this is happening, it's just do 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 do.
And they're
do,
playing
do,
it,
do.
or it's just
No, they're
put it
playing.
over the
Yeah, it's
top?
in the room. They're playing it. Do, 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 do. So that's the kind of stuff was online and easily accessible when I was young.
Because I remember there was a mate of mine sent me a link to something, and he was like, "Oh, check this out, lol," and I did. And some guy just like put his head into like a lift shaft to look for a lift, and the lift just shrinked.
Ah!
I was like, "Oh, I don't like that." Beatles, like, oh.
What happens next?
I know. Oh, I hated all that shit. You know what I mean? It's like, oh,
I initially didn't like it, but again, back to the desensitized thing.
yeah,
I'm so used to it that don't get me wrong. I'm not like I'm like, oh.
yeah. Like
But it's almost a game of like who can keep watching.
I've said before, I've seen a full dead body who had been murdered in real life, and I didn't like it.
In real life, you saw a murdered
Yeah,
body.
I was in South Africa on a rugby tour, and we were heading to play a game. There was a busload of us, and we're in a township, and there had been a guy who'd been necklaced. You know what necklacing is? It's where you put
Get the intestines, wrap it around
no
your head.
that's inventive and close, but it's where you take a tire and fill it full of petrol, put it around someone, light it, and they just fucking burn to death.
Right, okay.
So they'd done this to this guy, and they'd hanged him afterwards. So he was
Unnecessary.
yeah, I mean, you know, I think they were just being like, look, this is what happens when you fuck about with us, you. But I don't think that's the voice that they would have had. But you know, the other parts of South Africa,
South Africans are like, "Hara."
yeah, they were like this guy, yeah. But
South
yeah,
Africa.
and we were driving and our teacher was like, "Don't look out that window," and then all of us were like, "Which one?" Oh no. So yeah, that was pretty grim, and it was like, but the only good thing about it was you couldn't really tell any features or anything. It was just like, Because you know, like when you see like dead bodies in coffins and all, you're like, oh, it's kind of, it looks like that person, but doesn't all the time. Like, you know, if you see like a relative, you're like, you look like a wee bit like yourself, but not.
She's not looking well.
No, because then people are like, oh, he's looking good. No, he's
I've
looking
never
fully
been to
dead.
an open coffin funeral.
No,
Never been to one.
see, I was at one. My granddad, he was just in the coffin. Now, he didn't look like himself. He looked like one of the Cray twins. They had him like in a suit and all. He looked thinner, and it must have dyed his hair or something. Because he always grey hair and he had this dark hair. He was like fucking. He's like, that's not him, but fair play. And my granny, because she lost so much like of her weight as she was dying, there was a lot of like skin, like just. She was always a skinny-ish woman.
Imagine
like,
feeling like you need to die, but you're like,
yeah,
I'm still dying.
And then my other granny had a heart attack and fell in a rake. So God love her. Her face was all bruised and all. It was a horrible thing to see, but. You know, no one's ever going, look at you, you son of a bitch. But no one's ever like, oh, look at you, you look amazing. You know, because here's the thing, you're always dead. You know, so
it's not funny.
This guy, this son of a bitch, unbelievable.
Is that a Looney Tunes fucking cartoon?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not funny.
Unbelievable. This guy is a piece of shit.
You made a dead mad joke on Saturday, so
true.
It's
yeah,
even.
sorry. Sorry.
Do you know what? I love when people do that, and everyone else, bar me, gets awkward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I just appreciate the joke.
Yeah, because you know what? Here's the thing too. Like, I think, now you'll know this too. There are some comedians who, like, I think I'm good for taking jokes too. I'm not going to offend or wind up.
You can
You're good
from time to time. I agree. From time to time, I know when I've pushed you too far.
But no, it's you never offend me or annoy me. You're like an annoying wee brother. You're paying in my hole, and I get the point where you just fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, that's,
which, by the way, I'm aware I'm doing it.
But that's the level. I'm like, oh, just fuck up, you, would you, eat dick? You know, I'm never like, oh my god, I can't believe, or like, you've hurt my feelings. Like, oh, just go into the room and do a Rubik's Cube or something. You eat
go
twat.
Away, yeah.
Yeah, just go out of my space.
It's like what me, you and Butler were talking about, that show where they locked comedians in a house for like 10 hours, and you were like, you'd be probably the winner. You would be, you'd annoy everyone.
You'd be the worst guy. Because, newsflash, you're the worst guy.
I'm the most annoying cunt in the world.
You're such a prick, yeah.
But I'm that's why I get away with being a prick, because I am a lovely
But you are
person.
like, that's the thing, you are like a little brother. Yeah. And that's why I think you get away with stuff, but also sometimes people are like, just fuck away off to your room. Just fucking send him away. But like some people, you say stuff and they'll be like, oh, you shouldn't say it. I mean, I think if you're a comedian, like you're laughing at my poor dead granny falling in a rake there. I know that I'm not be like, fuck up, William. Like, I know what you're, and that's fine. But some people would be like,
don't laugh at that.
Like, shut up.
There are certain people can't really take it.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
But there are some comedians who dish it out and then can't take it and you go...
Yeah. Whereas I would be surprised if someone ever went to me, you can't take a raking.
Yeah.
Because I'm like...
you know who can take a raking? My granny.
Your granny to the face.
That's so bad. Oh. This is the problem.
Rake that.
I'm a lovable grandson, but then you're a comedian first.
Deep rake.
Anyway.
I'm sorry, I'm done.
That wasn't a good one. The one before was good. But yeah.
I'm done.
Dear, raking memories, you know. So. But listen, it's all fun.
I would pride myself on that if someone, like, I can take a good joke. The only time I don't laugh is if the joke's just not good.
Yeah.
And I'm never like, they'll go, is that too far? I'm like, no, just one.
Yeah.
Not offended, just one good joke.
Yeah, that happens.
But that's it. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just.
Let me see. I think that's the end. Is there anything you wanna plug here before you go?
We're on to like the last few tickets for Ulster Hall in November.
Very nice.
Also the Edinburgh Fringe if you're over.
If you're at the Fringe, get her booked. Isn't that what you say?
Yes.
And that's it. Yeah, I do all my plugging at the start. So hey, listen, if you like the podcast, rate and review it, subscribe, do whatever you need to do, and buy tickets for the Hand You're Dealt.
The Hand You're Dealt.
The Hand You're Dealt. Our boy William in the Waterfront or Ulster Hall.
Ulster Hall.
I just did a Butler there in the Ulster Hall on the what of November? 4th of November. Remember the 4th of November.
Because that's when I'm on.
Yeah, Guy Fawkes. You're going to dress as Guy Fawkes then, aren't you?
Gay Fox.
Gay Fawkes.
Gay Fox.
Gay Fawkes. There's a great character.
Something getting blown. It's not Parliament.
Yeah.
The bomb powder plot.
Fucking hell. That's a great way to end it. Listen, guys, thanks. We'll see you again next week. Take care.
Bye.
I'm the sly guy.